Hi, this is my March review for Pisces. We have a very busy month. It's your month, Pisces, because not only have you the Sun in your sign, there's a new moon in your sign, we have Jupiter and Neptune both in your sign as well, so it can't get much better than this. But we start the month with a look at Venus and Mars, because last month they came together in a conjunction. This carries on through to the 12th of this month, but the first 4 days is a triple conjunction with Pluto, and this has great intensity. This is in your 11th house. With Mars, ambitious Mars and Pluto, there's power associated with this, and it's a good time to set your aims and goals for the future. It's a good time to take a leadership role within a group as well, and really push forward your assertiveness. And then with Venus, Pluto, this is about intensity within relationships, within love relationships, within the 11th house. It's to do with groups and friends, so you'll require that same intensity through these as well. Then we also have another aspect on the first, and that's between the Sun and Uranus. Now Uranus is in the 3rd house, Sun obviously in your 1st house, so this is a great desire for personal change. This is a little bit of rebelliousness coming through for you, Pisces, where you desire things to change, and quite quickly as well. Maybe there's been stalemate over the last year or so. Maybe it's really time to move on now and get your life in order. On the 2nd, we have the new moon in Pisces, so this is fantastic. This is a time to dream and believe in the impossible. Anything can happen. If your Sun or your rising sign, or for any planet for that matter, is around, say, between 7 degrees and 17 of Pisces, this is going to be hitting you right on the mark. But for all Pisceans, this is going to have a tremendous effect. This is a time when you need to start making changes, personality changes. It's a time when you need to reinvent yourself in some way. Maybe a new look or a new wardrobe, something that will change and alter not only your outer appearance that others see, but also it will have an effect on your inner personality as well. This is a time of growth. This is a time to strike out, be brave, be bold, try something new, do something that you have never done before. This new moon is going to be fantastic. Now there's one little blip you have on the same day. You have Mercury conjunct Saturn in the 12th house, so it's not a time to speak up at the moment. The time will come in a week or so when Mercury moves into your sign of Pisces, but for now it's best to keep things in the background. Don't go broadcasting what you're thinking and what you're going to be doing. Just keep it to yourself until Mercury gets into your sign of Pisces. On the 4th, we have the most optimistic and positive aspect you could imagine. It's the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Pisces. Now if you're born around this time, this is at 13 degrees, so it's very similar to the new moon. If you're born around this time, then you're going to have this in the solar return chart for the rest of the year. So this is going to be a fantastic year for you, full of optimism, full of growth. This is a time when you need to grow and expand like never before. This is evolution at its best for you. Now the other thing is, if this does last the whole year, then you're going to have a lot of opportunities, more opportunities than you've probably ever had before. You need to set your stall out. You need to set your stand out and say what you want to do from the start, and then take the opportunities as they come. Get a focus, get a line to follow, and then you can take the opportunities or leave them as they come. Mercury makes a couple of final aspects in Aquarius before he moves into your sign, Pisces, on the 10th. First, on the 6th, is to the moon's nose. Now this could be a time when you get a little bit reticent. You may be fine. You may have some opportunities coming up already. Mercury will just try and think your way out of it, so don't let him. This is a time when you need to be positive. Mercury may want you to try and analyse things, especially from the unconscious viewpoint, because that's where he's sitting at this moment. But don't let him talk you out of it. Go ahead, keep going with your changes and your take up any opportunities that happen. Then the other aspect he makes on the 7th is to the Black Moon Lilith. Now this is a time when you need to look at how you communicate. It's a time we look at your unconscious, maybe your body language, because we not only communicate with our voices, we communicate with our body language as well. Maybe it's a good time to look at your body language and see how you are when you interact with others. On the 12th we have the Sun making an aspect to your ruler Neptune. Now this is a fantastic aspect. This is what I would call the Peter Pan aspect, because with this aspect you could fly. It's just all in your imagination. You can do anything you want with this aspect. It's very good for anything to do with the spiritual side, the artistic side, and the imagination is on fire. It's unbelievable. So really you need to enjoy this. Enjoy it as much as possible while it lasts. And the other thing we have to worry about on this one is just don't overdo it, because it's so easy to get carried away with this. It's so easy to get into a complete fantasy realm and you could lose yourself. So just be careful, try and keep grounded. It's not going to be easy, but just try and keep grounded. On the 14th you should be coming back down to planet Earth, and the Sun makes a aspect with the Moon's nose, which will bring someone along that inspires you. Maybe to sort things out, because the North Node is in your 3rd house, so maybe it's time to get organised with paperwork and things. I know it's a pain, but these things have to be done, and a good time to do it now. Then the other aspect that happens on the 16th is between the Sun and the Black Moon Lilith. Now the Black Moon Lilith is stripping away part of your personality, so a new you can be reborn. This will happen within the next 3 months, when the Sun will make a conjunction to the Black Moon Lilith. Now this is happening in your 4th house, so this is the house of Cancer. So this is part of your caring side will be starting to come through. You'll be more compassionate with others, and the part that's fallen away is that mask, that pretense that sometimes you have to put on to please people and to appease people. But now your more caring side will come through, and in 3 months' time you'll see the difference. On the 17th, Mercury is now in your sign, makes an aspect to Uranus. This is much more exciting. There'll be a lot more happening. There'll be new people and new discoveries coming into your life. And on the 18th we have the full moon, and the full moon is in your opposite sign of Virgo. This is the 7th house. Now with full moon in Virgo, it's about getting organised, getting sorted. And the 7th house, it's about balancing your needs with the needs of others. There's a lot going on for you at the moment. There's a lot in your 1st house, but just don't forget other people. Try and get the balance in there. Now, as well as the full moon, we have a lot of other aspects going on at the same time. Really fantastic time. We have a cradle aspect pattern affecting you as well. This is between Pluto, the Sun and the Moon's nose, and it's comprised of sextiles or trine within an opposition. That's very similar to the mystic rectangle we had a few months ago. It's very dynamic, it's very creative energy, and it'll build your confidence as well with the Sun Pluto aspect. But also it's a time to show off. It's time to show your talents, what you're good at, what you can do. It's a time to be brave, be bold, put yourself out there. There's no time like the present. As well as the full moon and the cradle aspect, we also have an aspect from Neptune to the moon's north node, and this lasts for 2 weeks, and this can bring you fortunate events into your life. This can also bring big changes. There could be like a mini rebirth that happens during this 2 weeks, an awakening. Your intuition will be really good, and also it's a good time. You'll be compassionate and you'll be sensitive to others, and others will see this and they will want to help you as well, and this is a fantastic aspect to have. Then we also have 2 other aspects from Venus. Venus makes an aspect to Uranus, so this is bringing exciting new people along, people that can help you change and align yourself with your path. And then the other aspect is to Chiron, so you will have this magnetism about you that people will see and they will be attracted to. It's an unconscious magnetism, because you won't really know about it because it's in the 12th house. Venus is in that 12th house now, so you won't actually see it, but people will sense it. On the 20th, Mars steps up and he wants to get in on the action. He makes an aspect to Chiron, who's in that second house. He wants you to overcome fears about finances. He wants you not to put this in the way and make it a blockage or a limitation. Trust your intuition and go forward. Then on the 21st, he makes an aspect to Uranus, and again he wants change. Mars and Uranus want constructive, creative change on a permanent basis, not just when there's a crisis, when things are built up to a level that can't be acceptable anymore. He wants you to make changes on a daily basis, regular creative changes, so that you won't have to have that big event anymore. On the 23rd, Mercury makes a conjunction with Neptune. Now this is a fantastic aspect, because if you can combine the communication skills with the artistic and creative skills, this is brilliant. Now also it can increase your intuition and your awareness, your perception as well. It'll be fantastic. You can connect to the spirit world on days like this. You can also have messages, because Mercury also will make that aspect to the moon's north node that Neptune is making at the same time. So there'll be messages concerning your path, signs maybe to follow that will make sure you're on the right path. Then on the 26th, Mercury makes an aspect to Pluto. Now Pluto in that 11th house. This means you can communicate well with friends. You can also unearth things about people that will be perhaps valuable for you going forward. And also you can just reassess your aims and goals and make sure they're on target. And then the last aspect is to the Black Moon Lilith. This is on the 26th. This will help you to alleviate any anxieties or tensions regarding the changes that are going on with the Black Moon. Remember we said she was stripping away part of your outer personality to bring out a new and improved you. This will help you to get rid of any anxieties connected with that. It has been an incredibly busy and active month, full of lots of excitement and energies. So maybe on the 28th it is a good time just to chill out and relax a bit. Venus comes up and makes a conjunction with Saturn. This is in your 12th house, so this is maybe a time just to spend alone and do quiet activities, because Venus will not want to be social, will not want to be expressing herself on this day, with Saturn putting all the limitations and restrictions on her that he can muster. On the 29th there's an aspect between Venus and the moon's nose, and this is a time to get balance in your life. So maybe again it's a quiet time to spend on your own and think about what's been going on and get a balance, get things into perspective between the mundane and all the exciting new things and adventures that are happening, and try and just keep yourself grounded. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the review. Don't forget to tune in next month, because we have another exciting month for you Pisces. We have the big conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune, and also we have our first eclipse, and it's the busiest astrological month of the year with all the aspects going on.